Okay. All right, guys, welcome. So today we're going to use a couple of like quote unquote props. You can have these things at home. So the first thing we're going to do is lay down and breathe a little bit. So I have a bolster here. I'm going to show you how that looks. But alternatively, if you don't have a bolster, you can just have a couple pillows off of your bed or your couch. And then we're also going to utilize a strap today. But if you don't have a strap, then you can grab a necktie or belt, a towel, anything like that. So we're going to start off today with some deep breathing to get into the diaphragm and really get that moving. So I'm going to use here my bolster to lie down. I'm going to show you how this looks. I may even actually add a pillow to the top of mine because it's a pretty short little bolster here. But what I'm going to do is have my seat, my butt's going to be on the floor. Okay, and then I'm going to lay all the way back on this. And yeah, see, I did need that pillow in the back. So my chest and heart are open and my palms are open towards the ceiling. And so come to this place, we're gonna breathe here. Now, if you're uncomfortable here, if this bothers your back, a couple things you can do. You can bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, let knees rest in. You can bring soles of feet together, let knees open up. I think I'm gonna do that. And then if you're like, I just can't get comfortable, then just take the props, take the pillows, set them to the side and just lie flat. So let's go ahead and come to this place and let your eyes rest closed. And we're just gonna begin with breath in and out of the nose. So just begin this process of breathing in and breathing out. As you begin, start this process, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. Just begin to notice where you feel the breath. So maybe it's just first up there in the shoulders, in the chest. Maybe you feel, especially with this elevation, some opening in the ribs. Perhaps you can feel this breath all the way down into your belly. And give your breath a rhythm or a pattern. So inhales in for a count of 4. And exhales out, count of 4. Just using that slow, steady rhythm here. And using these pillows or bolster, whatever you have, is just a really nice and gentle way to bring awareness into the diaphragm, which is where we want the breath to go in order to send the signal to the nervous system to turn on rest and digest. So slow, deep breaths. If you want to choose a number higher than 4 or lower, whatever you're feeling today, do that. And just feel your body breathing all the way down to the belly, in through your nose and out through your nose. And then you're welcome to just stay here, experience breath here, or if you'd like to, you can reach your arms up overhead, clasp your left palm with your right hand, or keep the hands beside you if this bothers your low back. Take a big inhale, hold it in. And a big exhale all the way out. Good. And then hold the other wrist, switch out the grip, or leave your hands where they are. Big inhale. Big exhale. Awesome. If those arms are up overhead, bring them back beside you. Good. And give yourself a moment here for your own intentions, your own thoughts. And again, seal in that the intention with the next breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Awesome. And then from where you are, let's go ahead, bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. And then you're going to slowly and gently roll over onto your side. Give your bones a chance to restack. Good. And then from this place on your side, you're going to come all the way up to a seat. Okay. We're going to do a couple things here seated. So You're welcome to use those pillows. I'm going to use my bolster to sit on and give yourself that elevation. So take a couple breaths here just to acclimate to sitting. There's a change in pressure here. So just acclimate, breathing in and out of your nose. Go back into that pace, that rhythm, in for 4 or 5, out for same count. Good. And then when you're ready here, let's open eyes and take a big inhale. Reach and stretch arms up. And exhale, thumbs down to heart center. Good, a couple more. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. And exhale, come down. And then last one, big inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Go ahead, bring the hands down. Let's kind of circle the shoulders around a few times. Nice. And then go ahead, reverse, move the shoulders in the other way. Good. And then let's let them drop down. And we're going to just do a little gentle twist here. So inhale, stretch up, get the torso long. You can gaze up if you want to. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. And then take a big inhale, sit up really tall, keep the length in the torso. And then exhale, start to look gently over the left shoulder. Make sure both of your shoulders are dropping. You don't want them coming up into the ears. And then really send a nice deep breath down to the belly, in and out of your nose. Full deep breaths. And one more inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, twist just a teeny bit more. Good. Come back to center, hands down. Now close your eyes and just feel the twist, how it is still there, still happening. And then let's circle around just a little bit, just some gentle circles. And you'll again feel the imprint of the twist, possibly still there in the spine. Good. And reverse, move in the other direction. Doing your best to maintain that breath in and out of the nose. And just kind of be aware of the body in these first few movements, anything going on. Come back through center. And then a big inhale, reach up, look up, stretch up out of the waist. And exhale, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, tall spine. And then exhale, twist, gentle gaze down and over that right shoulder. And just breathe in and out of your nose. All the way down to the belly. Nice cleansing breath. Good. One more inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, twist just a teeny bit deeper. Nice. And then inhale, slowly back to center, close the eyes. Just feel that twist still imprinting there on the body. Good. And then hands on your knees, gentle gaze or open eyes. We'll cat-cow sitting here. So inhale, chest heart lifts, and then exhale, spine rounds. Go at your pace using your breath. The inhales, chest and heart lifting, compressing spine. And exhale, rounding. Good. And just do your best to be right here where you are. That is the point of our practice, is to bring us more so into the present moment, into what is actually happening right now versus perhaps the story that our mind wants to tell us about this moment. That is advanced yoga, right? Just a couple more of these. Seated cat-cows. Awesome. And let's make our way back to a nice neutral spine. And then we're going to come and set your pillow, blanket, bolster, whatever, off to the side. I'm going to back up just a little bit here. We're going to do a little bit more warm up. So I'm going to back up here to demonstrate, but you're going to take your feet wide, like as wide as you would a yoga mat, and flex your feet Let's start to windshield wiper those knees side to side. Just get everything moving there in the body. And if you flex your feet, more than likely you're going to feel kind of a little bit more sensation there in the hips. Now, if you feel like this is good, I'm cool, then just keep doing this. If you want a little bit more as you go to each side, you can reach and stretch an arm up. Go as slowly as you like here. You don't have to match my movements in any way at all. If you feel like you want even more, you can press a hand down and a knee down and lift as you go from side to side. Again, totally optional to do the lifting or even the stretching of the arm. And we'll go just one more time to each side. Good. And let's all go ahead and meet over on left side. So I'm going to turn to show you guys, but I'm over here on my left side. I'm bringing my left hand to the ground, and then I'm going to reach the right arm up and over. Bicep facing ear, palm facing floor, and then start to circle this right arm. So any direction you choose to circle the arm, totally fine. And when you are ready, let's reverse, move the circle in the other direction. And do your best to just move from that shoulder joint. There's kind of a lot going on here, so just be mindful of that. Good. And then let's inhale, re-extend the arm, and then exhale, start to turn to be parallel to your left thigh. Hands are going to come down. You're going to take a big inhale to lengthen your torso, and then an exhale to come down onto your elbows here. So crown of head reaching long, throat stays open, and just breathe deeply in and out of your nose. Really expand the belly here. Good. All of this so good to encourage the body's lymphatic system. Breathing into a twist, so therapeutic. Take another big breath here, last one here on this left side. Good, and then slowly make your way up to your hands. You're gonna come out nice and slowly. I'm gonna just turn to face you guys. Bring your hands back beside your hips, and then let's windshield wiper those knees side to side, flexing your feet. Now come on over to that right side. I'm gonna again turn here. And then bring your right palm down to the earth, and then reach the left arm up and over. So find that stretch down left side, bicep facing ear, palm facing floor, and then just move here in some big circles. So really moving from the shoulder joints. And at any time, if you want to close your eyes during practice, absolutely fine, just so that you can kind of go more into sensation, be less distracted by those things around you. And then when you're ready, go ahead and circle the other way. So I don't know about you guys with this whole home yoga situation, but when I practice in my living room, I notice things that I thought were clean that are not clean, or things that I chose to ignore that are now calling my attention. So it can be more challenging, I think, than a studio space. So I commend you guys all for coming and being here today. And then re-extend arm, inhale, and then exhale. You're gonna, again, bring those hands to be parallel with the right thigh. Big inhale, lengthen your torso. Slow exhale, elbows come to the earth, and then eyes are gonna look gently down. Full deep breath. So the reason why I always begin my classes with breath. And that awareness is because you can really add this beautiful dynamic layer and texture to your practice by layering in that breath very mindfully. And it's always sending the signal to the body to relax, to allow, and to just simply be, right? Couple more breaths here. Good. And then let's gently make the way up onto hands. Come all the way back through to center here, hands behind you, and nice windshield wiper. Flexing feet as you go. Now that we have kind of integrated all of that, let's make our way to table pose. And just kind of grab whatever you've chosen to use as your strap so that it's somewhat nearby your mat. We're going to forget about it for a little bit, but then we'll use it when we're ready. So come to hands and knees table pose, and let's just gently again move the spine through that cat-cow. And my favorite way to do cat-cow is the inhale to drop the belly down, lift chest and heart, find compression, and the exhale to round the spine. But with anything, you can explore. If you want to try a different breath pattern to exhale to drop down and inhale to round up, you can always do that. It's fun to be curious about how it feels. So we'll be here for another half a minute or so. So explore as you wish. Good. Okay, let's come all the way back to a neutral table. And then you can either stay here in table for this next thing, or you're going to curl your toes under and then lift your hips up to a downward facing dog. So again, table totally fine, and you can take the cat-cow movement if you wish. Take some nice deep breaths here. Good. And then from either downward facing dog or table, you're going to take your right leg up and back behind you, bend the knee, open up that hip, take some nice deep breaths here. Awesome. Good. And then from either table or down dog, you're going to step that right foot through between your hands. Okay. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and inhale to come up to crescent warrior. Now, left knee can absolutely come down here, totally fine, especially if you feel more stable and more strong with the knee down. No wrong or right here. Make sure you're just not gripping the floor with those right toes. Good. Take one more inhale, reach up and stretch up. And then you're going to exhale, bring the hands down to frame the right foot. Now we're going to move to a twist. So left hand to the floor, right arm reaches up. Once again, left knee can absolutely drop here. Keep the legs strong, chest and heart moving forward and opening here. And then check in with your left hand. Make sure you're not sinking down too far into the floor. And again, breathe into the belly. So those nice deep belly breaths that we started class with, we just try to layer that into the shapes here. One more inhale, reaching up, and then exhale, right hand down. Now, if your left knee is down, curl your left toe under, lift left knee off the floor, and then you're gonna step your left foot in, 1 or 2 footprints, left heel down, straighten your right leg for pyramid pose. So if your hands don't just fall right down to the floor, you can grab those extra pillows and place them underneath your hands. But use your inhales to lengthen out over your right leg. Exhales to fold. Keep your neck long. Make sure that your heels don't intersect or crisscross here. So there's some space between your feet front to back. Those left toes can angle out 30 degrees or even closer to forward to the front side of your mat. So just find what works for you so you can get that left heel down and really feel that stretch down the Achilles on the left side. And you're also feeling hamstring stretch on the right leg. Make sure your right knee doesn't lock out. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. Now press into your right foot. Step your left foot forward to meet the right. And find a forward fold. You're gonna notice probably a difference between left leg, right leg. Crown of the head reaching down to the earth. Nice deep breaths in and out of your nose. Awesome. Good. On your inhale, slide your hands to shins or knees and lengthen your torso. Exhale to fold. Good. And then press into your feet. Inhale, stand, reach up and look up. And then exhale, thumbs to your heart. And I'm going to go ahead and turn to face you guys. And then standing pose here, you're going to inhale, sweep those arms up, clasp your palms, pointer fingers, and then exhale to the right. So press down through your left foot. Keep both armpits facing the wall in front of you. So you try not to twist too much here. So lots of compression there on the right side. Nice deep breaths. You might see your breath speeding up a little bit here. That's normal. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the left side. Press down through your right outer edge of your foot. Again, watch out for any twisting here. Just breathe in and out of your nose. Nice, deep, slow, steady. Awesome. Good. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale to fold. So just come to your forward fold. I am going to turn here to come back to the top of my mat. But just let everything fold. All the blood rush back down into fingers and arms. Take a big inhale, lengthen your torso. And an exhale to fold slowly. Now you're gonna walk your way back to a plank pose, or just go ahead, drop your knees to knee down plank if that's more comfortable. Take a big breath here and exhale to your belly, nice and slowly. Thumbs are gonna come right there in line with the chest, tops of feet to floor. Press the hands down, inhale into cobra. You don't have to come up as high as I do. Exhale to fold. Let's do two more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to fold. And one more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale back to child's pose. So either have knees wide, big toes touching, or lay your belly on your thighs, but let your head go below your heart. Find a place for your forehead. If it doesn't just melt right down to the floor, grab a pillow or blanket to go underneath it. And notice something actually happening right now. Texture below your palms. Temperature of air outside of the nose. Feeling of the breath in your belly or in the back, anywhere you feel it. No wrong answers. Good. And then when you're ready, let's make our way up and back to table pose. Either stay in table and move around as you wish, or let's all meet in a downward dog. Again, down dog, totally optional, not required by any means. And then from your downward facing dog, take your left leg back behind you, bend the knee, open up the hip nice and high. If you're in table, stay there, hang out. If you're in down dog, make sure your right knee is slightly bent and right outer hip crease pulls back. Wherever you are, try not to grip the floor with your hands. Good, and then let's step that left foot through between your hands. Find your optimal distance here. Again, you might choose to lower your right knee, absolutely fine. Or keep the knee lifted and inhale up into your crescent warrior. Now, if you feel unsteady or unstable, move your left foot to the left just a bit here. So you want to have the distance between your feet like railroad tracks and not a tightrope. That's going to give you the optimal balance here. Good. Now just breathe a little deeper. Relax shoulders, face, and jaw. And let's exhale slowly down here. You're going to take your right hand to the earth and then reach and stretch that left arm up. So keep your right leg really strong here, or bring the knee down. Either thing is fine. It's all about that breath. I know I say that quite a bit. But it's true, even if you're not doing anything like what I'm doing and you are sitting here, you're breathing, you are present with your body and sensation, you are doing your practice and you're doing a great job. It is enough, I promise. One more inhale, open, exhale, left hand down. Now again, hands frame left foot, right foot comes in 1 or 2 footprints, just so you can get the right heel all the way down. Left leg straightens, inhale, lengthen torso, and exhale, fold. Again, get that right heel all the way down, turning the right toes about 30 degrees towards front side of mat or even further forward. Feeling sensation in that right calf muscle, the Achilles getting a nice stretch. And then in the left leg, stretching the hamstring. Now make sure your left knee does not lock out. Good, nice deep breaths here. In and out of the nose. Good, one more place to fold a little deeper. Press into your left foot and step your right foot up to meet it. Again, fold and notice left versus right. One leg feeling a bit different than the other. Breath really full in and out of the nose. Bend your knees if you feel this in your back and not your hamstrings. Always bend knees or widen feet. Crown of head reaches towards earth. Let the neck go. Inhale, torso lengthens. Exhale, fold. And press into your feet. Inhale, reach up, look up, stretch up. And exhale, thumbs to heart. Awesome. And again, I'm going to turn to face you guys. We're going to do another side stretch. So you're welcome to do the one that we just did, or I'm going to offer another option. So inhale, reach your arms up. You're going to bend your right elbow, take your right palm to your left shoulder, and then bring that left hand on top of the right elbow. Now, if this already doesn't feel good, go back to clasping palms, reaching up, okay? You're going to inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, go out and over towards the left. If you feel this in your low back, then come out a step. Don't go over as far. And just breathe here. So this is a really big opening there on the right side body. Breathe into it. Nice. Good. And then you're going to slowly come up through center. Big inhale, both arms reach up and stretch up. Exhale, take your left hand to the right shoulder and the right hand on top of the left elbow, or do the other version if that feels better. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, lean out and over to that right side. Now with this one, more is not always better. You can also kind of gently press your head back into the forearm. And then again, send that nice, deep, nourishing breath all the way down to your belly. Awesome. Good. Big inhale comes all the way up. Exhale. Inhale, reach. And then again, exhale, fold. Come back to your forward fold. I'm going to come back to front side of mat, but find your forward fold, relax there, hang there. All those fluids rushing back down to arms, shoulders, elbows, fingers. And then inhale, torso lengthens. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, bend your knees. Again, walking back to the plank pose, lowering knees if you would like to here, totally fine. Good, and then from plank, you're gonna move to the belly, nice and slowly. Thumbs in line with chest, inhale, cobra. And this time, exhale right back into the child's pose, either knees wide, big toes touching, or belly resting there on thighs. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Good. And we're going to get into a little opposite
opening here for shoulder. So you can choose to do this from child's pose, just stay right where you are, or if you get into it and you're like, I'd rather do this from table, it's fine. But you're gonna creep the right arm forward, and then you're gonna bring the left shoulder down to the earth. So if you're like in this and you're saying this would be better if I just kind of move up into table and do the same, then do that, okay? Find where you're gonna be. Either thread the needle from hands and knees or thread the needle from child's pose. And then with your right arm, you can do whatever you want. You can rest it out in front of you. You can open it up onto the back. That's going to bring a bit more of a twist into the shape. But know that more is not always better. Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. So listen to that voice of intuition within you. Good. Good, and then a slow exhale. Bring your right hand back to the earth to support, and then stretch the left arm forward. Now, before going to the other side, take a moment in child's pose to feel the difference between the shoulders. Feel the difference between the sides of the body. Really breathing deeply here. Okay, let's bring the left arm, left fingertips to stretch forward, and now that right shoulder down to the earth. Again, you can choose to go up to hands and knees, up to table pose, so that you can feel, and if the position just feels better from that place, then do that, it's fine. And then if you want to reach and stretch the left arm around onto that right hip, you can do that to bring in a little bit more of a twist. Good, and just breathe here. So all of these shapes today, a little bit longer holding times, sequenced to really get the lymphatic system to drain, those fluids to move around in the body. All yoga will do that, but we're just looking to do that a little bit more today. Good. Nice. And then left hand comes back out, right arm comes back out. Come back to your child's pose, forehead down. Again, notice left versus right. Breathe into the body. Good. And let's come slowly back up into table pose. We'll cat-cow just a bit here. Back into your breath pattern if you have lost it. Good. And we're going to go ahead and just step your left foot through, and then you're going to turn like so. So if you have sensitive knees, typically this is the pose that'll bring it out. So left knee forward, left heel behind you. I'm sorry, right knee forward, right heel behind you, and the left leg out here. So ideally the knee and the heel are in line. You're going to inhale, reach arms out, and then exhale, bring the left elbow to the thigh and the right arm up and over. So this is a really big hip opener here, okay? You can choose to stay up high like this, or if you would like to, you can bring that left hand to the floor, to the ankle or in front of the foot, and then just use that left elbow to press the knee back. A really big stretch there in the hip. Continue to feel into this right hip. You want to have that right hip open. Good, nice deep breaths here. All the way down to the belly. Awesome. Big inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, let's go ahead and turn to the inside edge of that right foot, okay? I'm sorry, your left foot. And then you're gonna start to bring that left hand down and the right arm up and over. So kind of like a kneeling triangle here. Good. If you're more comfortable turning onto your left heel, you can absolutely do that. Just be mindful that the left knee doesn't lock out. Okay, so
whichever works best. Big breath here. Good, and then inhale, come on up. Exhale, start to bring that right hand down, and then you're gonna turn this left hip open, okay? So either just stay here and focus on squaring your hips, opening. You can reach and stretch the left arm up if you want to. If you want to, you can also lift the left leg up, flex through the foot. And then last little thing here, if you wanna bend the knee, grab the top of the foot and stretch back, you can also do that. Breath, so important. Good. Awesome. Take a big inhale, reach up, stretch up, and then exhale, come all the way back. Come to the inside edge of the left foot. Big inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands come down. Similar to what we just did with thread the needle, except left hand is gonna come down, right arm will reach up, and then you're gonna bring that right shoulder down onto the earth. So believe it or not, this is a pretty deep twist here, okay? Do what makes you feel most stable with your left hand. So you can just kind of tense it out in front of you. That can help you grip the earth a little bit and pull the shoulder underneath. You might even touch your left foot with that hand. If you don't, it's fine. I always say you can touch your foot with your hand after practice, like all day if you want to. You can also wrap the left arm around. Nice deep breaths. Just one more. Awesome. Left hand down to support you. Right hand down. And then you're just gonna take your left knee back beside your right knee. I know I'm facing you guys. It might look a little weird. I'm gonna cat-cow just a little bit here in between the sides. So giving the spine that motion so that it can integrate everything we just did there on the left side. Come to neutral, and then I'm just gonna simply bring that right foot out here. We're gonna move to the other side again and have your right heel intersecting that left knee. Feel free to pad your left knee up. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, come down to bring elbow on that thigh, and then this time left arm reaches up and over. And then if you want to, you can bring the hand down in front of the leg. You're just gonna gently press the elbow back, really open up that left hip. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Good. And one more breath here. See if you can widen the knee a little bit more. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, turn onto the inside edge or onto your right heel. And then come to bring the right hand down, left arm up and over. And like a kneeling triangle. It's also called Padayasana gate pose. I do know Sanskrit, but I don't really say it as often as I used to. Just breathe in and out of the nose. Big opening. Awesome. Good. Sorry if you can hear my dog. We're getting mail right now. Very dangerous situation. Inhale, come up. And exhale, left hand down. Reach and stretch that right arm up. And again, really focus on opening up that right hip. So just stay here like this, or you can press left knee, left hand down, and then inhale, lift up that leg. Shoulder stacking, nice deep breath. Again, you can bend the knee, grab the top of the foot, and then really stretch open here. If you just have your foot down on the floor, great. You're doing perfect, I promise. Just breathe into it wherever you are. Good. Release your foot, inhale. Come all the way back up. Reach up and stretch up. And then exhale, come all the way down. This time, right hand to the floor, Left arm sweeps up. And then exhale, left shoulder comes down. Staying here just a few breaths. Breathing in and out of the nose. Good. And again, do whatever you'd like to with that right hand. Wherever you feel is best. And you can even play around with walking that foot into the left hand. Good. Slowly bring that right palm to the floor to support you. Give your left arm a big counter stretch. Left hand comes down, knees back together. We're hip width, cat-cow just a little bit. We're about to come down to the earth. So just move the spine around a little bit. Give it that nice extension flexion. So good for the nervous system. Awesome. And let's come all the way down to lie down. You're gonna grab your strap or your towel, whatever you kind of have there, okay? Make sure I'm in camera view here, virtual yoga. Alrighty, so coming down to the floor, go ahead, bring your feet both down to the floor. So when we're stretching hamstrings, just be mindful of low back. So start with both feet down, and then you're gonna reach, grab your strap or blanket, loop up your right foot, and then flex your right foot. So just take your right hand onto your strap or blanket or towel. If you have a towel, you might have to have both hands. Totally fine either way. And then you're gonna feel this out with your low back. So if you feel okay, you can stretch that left heel all the way out. Now, if it starts to go into the low back, then go ahead, bring the left foot back to the floor. You're gonna flex your right foot and then just start to let your right leg come out to the side. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor or anything like that. Kind of find your edge and then turn your right toes towards the floor, right heel towards the ceiling. So you really get into the inner leg here. All about that breath. So lots of breath here. I'm gonna get compression in the outer hip. Notice if you're gripping the strap really hard with the right hand. Try not to lose circulation in the right hand, so ease up a little bit. Good, and now inhale, bring the leg all the way back up here, and just flex through the foot, just a little straight on here. We've done a lot of twisting today, so we're not gonna turn this into a twist. Those of you, some of you guys take my class and have done this with me a few times in person. Good. And now you're gonna release the right foot from the strap. Let your right foot fall to the earth, palms facing open, let go of your strap or towel or whatever you're holding. Notice left versus right. Yeah, maybe even one side of the body feels a little longer than the other. Good. Let's go ahead, bend the knees, bring both feet back to earth. And then we're gonna go ahead and loop up the left foot into whatever you've got there. Okay, I'm gonna feel this out now. When you're flexing the foot, pulling pinky toes back towards hip, you're really encouraging the hamstring to open without overdoing it. So really a flexed foot, very important anytime you're stretching hamstrings so you don't overdo it. And then if you wanna reach and stretch the right leg out, if it's of no consequence to your low back, absolutely great. And then when you're ready, start to bring the left leg out to the left. Once you find your edge here, you can turn left toes towards floor, left heel towards ceiling. So really getting into the inner groin. Again, keep your foot flexed. It's gonna provide kind of that necessary tension so that you don't overstretch, don't overdo. Fullness of breath. In and out of the nose. Good. Again, check in with left hand. Make sure you're not losing circulation, not gripping too tight. Good. Reposition foot, inhale. Bring the leg all the way up, just a few breaths here with the leg straight up. Imagine pressing your heel up towards the ceiling. Don't let your shoulder come too far off the floor on the left side. I know it's a lot. Most important thing is breath, right? And I tell you this stuff, like don't grip here and don't do that, because I'm doing it most of the time, even after a decade plus of yoga, it still happens. You never get to be perfect. It just doesn't work that way. Go ahead and release your left foot. Let the heel drop down, toes flap open, palms face open for just a breath or two here, noticing left versus right. So really go into the body, feel sensation, notice. Good, and then let's take a big inhale, reach up, stretch up through fingers and toes, and then hug your knees in here. Give yourself a nice hug. We're gonna just stay here for not too long because it's time for the resting time for Shavasana. So give yourself a little hug, any other little things you feel that you need here for integration. And let's begin to make our way onto the back for Shavasana. Now, as always, if you're uncomfortable lying on your back, you can bring pillows underneath bent knees. You can go up to a chair or sit on your couch. But begin to find your way down to rest. Moving into Shavasana, resting place, the place where we allow the nervous system to truly integrate our practice into our bodies, the breath, pranayama, asana, posture. This is the time for integration. So coming to a comfortable place with your body. Once more, bringing attention to breath and just slowly allowing it to move gently in and out of the nose. Perhaps imagining the breath as waves of the ocean. Tide coming in on the inhale. Tide going out on the exhale. Simply allowing. And then bringing your awareness just to the center of the body, the navel, the belly button. We call it the Manipura chakra, the jewel of the soul. And imagine as you breathe in, this place in the center of the body becoming illuminated. So growing brighter and brighter with the inhale. As you exhale, that bright light coming out and around the body, encircling, encasing you. The inhale, the brightness starting in the middle of the body, growing brighter and brighter all the way through fingers and toes. The exhale, that brightness and that light surrounding the body, encasing it with warmth and healing protection. Every inhale, nourishment, brightness growing. Every exhale, healing and protected, releasing. Coming down to the toes, giving the toes attention, warmth, letting that come to soles of feet. Spreading that now into heels. Just letting your heels drop down into the earth, the toes flop open, lots of rest and letting go. Moving to the calf muscles, feeling any engagement, any holding, unconscious or conscious, letting it go and release. Moving to the shin bones, the awareness of the bones in the leg, letting them just be held and heavy. Coming to kneecaps, letting your kneecaps feel the warmth of that healing light. Letting it spread back behind the knees. And back behind the knees, falling deeper to the earth, coming back up behind the thighs, the thigh bones. Feeling the earth below your thighs, your thigh bones, letting them just rest a little deeper. Coming to the quadriceps, the upper thighs. Again, permission to let go and release any holding there. Toes, heels, thighs, legs, totally relaxed. Coming to hip bones and the pelvis. Just release again any holding happening there in the seat, in the pelvis. Gentle, warm attention coming to the lower belly. Spreading up to the navel. Again, that beautiful warmth, that light within you, brighter and brighter with each breath. Coming back to the middle back. Again, feeling that gentle warmth of the earth below you, accepting you, holding you. Coming to upper back and the shoulders, letting everything just rest and drop down. The top and the front of the chest. Again, rising, ribs separating, light coming out between each of the ribs as you inhale. And as you exhale, that warmth, that healing light surrounding the chest, the torso, the shoulders. Gentle awareness into fingers, palms of hands open. A sign of surrendering and also receiving. Receiving this healing, this sense of ease that is quite natural, that nature wants to give to you here. Forearms, nice, heavy, relaxed. Elbows heavy. Upper arm bones just resting there into the earth. The back of the neck lengthening onto the floor. The breath naturally dragging across the throat on the inhale and the exhale. And the jaw, so the teeth are separating. Tongue nice, heavy in the mouth. Gentle breath moving in and out of the nose. Cheekbones just falling back. Eyes relaxing. Forehead broadening. And top of the head, very crown of the head. Maybe connecting there for a moment, feeling that light as you exhale, starting up at the crown of the head and then just kind of spreading over the whole entire body, encasing you with that warmth, that feeling of protection, being in a safe space just to breathe, to truly let go, even if it's just for this moment here. Slow, steady breath, just like the ocean, coming in, going out naturally as nature intends. When you're ready from here, taking a big full body inhale, hold that breath in for just a moment and feel the fullness of that breath through your body. And then a big exhale. Entire body heavier, 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 letting go, releasing. From that place of gentle release of letting go, finding just some small little movements, fingers and toes. And then a big stretch through fingers and toes, reaching. And a nice exhale to hug those knees back into chest. Good. Gently come to your favorite side and just pause there for a moment. Allow your bones to restack. Breath to flow back and through the body. And then gently make your way up to a seat here, just slowly. If you want to stay on the ground for a bit, that's fine too. Totally fine. Coming to your seat, eyes resting closed, palms down on the knees, finding a nice tall seat. Just eyes closed, gentle breath. Take a moment here to observe and just to witness. My favorite quote is always, the highest form of spiritual practice is self-observation without judgment. So just sitting for a moment to observe, to witness. And then bringing palms together, letting thumbs rest right at heart center, Anjali Mudra, sealing in your practice and perhaps this feeling of peace, calm, or well-being so that it is there later when you need it. Taking a full inhale and exhale. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste. Thank you so very much for practicing today. It was lovely to have all of you guys, and hope to